It's hard to miss. 60,000 soldiers march forward, and suddenly stop. Not because of enemy lines, not because of weapons, because they can't breathe. The air itself has turned against them. What they're about to see will make the most powerful man in the world turn his army around. It is June 17th, 1462. Before them stretches something impossible. Not a battlefield, a forest, but not of trees, of bodies. 20,000 corpses impaled on wooden stakes stretch for miles, rotting, twisting, swaying in the wind like grotesque scarecrows. The smell is so thick it feels solid, like it has weight. This isn't just death, it's a message. At the center of it all, one stake towers above the rest. On it is Hamza Pasha, a high-ranking Ottoman general, still dressed in silk, still wearing his turban. The fabric flaps in the wind against decaying flesh. Respect, twisted into mockery. The man responsible for this stands somewhere out there, watching. And Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror of Constantinople, does something no one expects. He turns his horse around. He refuses to fight. Because the man who created this isn't just fighting a war. He's rewriting what war even means. This is the true story of Vlad the Impaler, and it begins with betrayal. Long before he became a legend, Vlad was a hostage. In 1442, his father made a deal to keep his throne, and the price wasn't gold. It was his sons. 2 boys handed over to the Ottoman Empire. One adapts, the other doesn't. His younger brother Radu embraces the Ottoman world. He learns their language, their customs, their religion. He becomes one of them, trusted, admired, even close to the future sultan. But Vlad resists everything, every rule, every lesson, every attempt to break him, and for that, he is punished, beaten, starved, broken down again and again. But something unexpected happens. He doesn't break. He watches. He studies. He learns how the Ottomans maintain control, not through loyalty, but through fear. Absolute, calculated fear. And one method stands out above all others: impalement. He watches rebels die slowly, publicly, painfully. He watches crowds fall silent at the sight. And he realizes something most rulers never understand. Fear is stronger than loyalty, much stronger. Years later, Vlad returns home expecting to reclaim his place. Instead, he finds ruin. His father is dead, betrayed and murdered. His older brother, captured, tortured, buried alive. Imagine that death. Dirt filling your mouth, your lungs. Darkness closing in as you claw for air that never comes. That moment doesn't just break Vlad, it defines him. Because now he understands something else. The real enemy isn't just outside the borders, it's inside them. The nobles, the boyars, control everything. They crown rulers, then kill them when it suits them. Loyalty means nothing. And Vlad knows one thing for certain. If he plays by their rules, he dies. So he changes the rules. When he takes the throne, he doesn't strike immediately. He waits. He smiles. He pretends to be exactly what they expect. Weak. Then he invites them all to a feast. Hundreds of nobles gather. They eat, drink, laugh. They believe they've already won. Then Vlad stands and asks a simple question.
How many rulers have you survived?
They answer proudly. 7, 10, even 30. They think it's a joke. It isn't. It's a confession, because every ruler they survived, they betrayed. The doors slam shut. What follows isn't a purge, it's a reset. The old and weak are dragged outside and impaled immediately. The rest? They're marched away, forced to build a fortress high in the mountains, stone by stone, step by step, day by night, no rest, no mercy. Their fine clothes rot off their bodies. Their hands tear open. Their strength fades. And when they collapse, they're thrown aside and replaced. By the time the fortress stands complete, the nobility is gone, erased, and in its place stands something new. one ruler, one will, one law. But Vlad isn't finished. Because control doesn't stop at the powerful. It extends to everyone. He looks at his kingdom and sees poverty, crime, weakness, and he decides to eliminate it. Not manage it. Eliminate it. He gathers the poor, the sick, the unwanted, and invites them to a grand feast. They eat, they celebrate, they think they've been saved. Then Vlad asks them,
Do you want a life without suffering?
They say yes. The doors are sealed. The building is burned. In a single night, poverty disappears. Not solved, erased. This becomes his rule, not justice, finality. And it works. Crime vanishes. Fear replaces chaos. So completely that one symbol becomes legendary. A golden cup placed in the center of the city. Free for anyone to take. No guards. No protection. And no one touches it. Because the punishment isn't worth the risk. For the first time, the kingdom is stable. But stability built on fear has a cost. And eventually, that cost comes due. The Ottoman Empire returns, not with diplomats, with an army. Tens of thousands of soldiers marching north. And Vlad knows he cannot win a traditional war, so he refuses to fight one. Instead, he turns the land itself into a weapon. Crops are burned, wells are poisoned, villages are emptied. The enemy marches into nothing. No food, no water, no rest, and then it gets worse. Because Vlad doesn't just attack bodies, he attacks minds, and even disease. He sends the sick, plague carriers into enemy camps, invisible weapons spreading panic. Now the Ottomans don't just fear the enemy, they fear each other, every cough, every shadow, every touch. And just when they think it can't get worse, it does. Under the cover of darkness, Vlad strikes. Not with an army, with a ghost. He and his men disguise themselves as Ottoman soldiers and walk straight into the enemy camp. No resistance, no suspicion, until it's too late. Then the night explodes. Tents collapse, fires spread, blades flash in every direction. No one knows who the enemy is. Soldiers kill each other in the chaos. And Vlad? He rides straight for the center, for the Sultan himself. He gets close, closer than anyone ever has, but not close enough. And when the sun rises, the army is still there, broken, but alive. Vlad hasn't defeated them. He's done something worse. He's made them afraid. But fear alone isn't enough to win. Because in the end, Vlad isn't defeated by the Ottomans. He's betrayed. His ally, the King of Hungary, turns on him, arrests him, spreads lies about him, and locks him away, not because he failed, but because he was too dangerous to control. And while he sits in a cell, a new story spreads across Europe, not of a ruler, but of a monster. Pamphlets exaggerate everything, twist everything, turn him into something inhuman, a creature of horror, and those stories spread faster than truth ever could. Years later, he returns, takes the throne one last time, and then he dies. In battle or betrayal, no one knows for sure. His head is cut off, preserved, sent to the Sultan, displayed as proof. The Impaler is gone. That should be the end. But it isn't. Because centuries later, a writer finds his name, Dracula, and turns it into legend, a vampire, a myth, a monster of fiction. But the truth? The truth is far more disturbing. He didn't drink blood. He didn't rise from the dead. He was human, which makes everything he did that much more terrifying. Because the real horror isn't monsters in the dark. It's what people are capable of when they decide fear is the most powerful weapon of all.